Monday morning, 26 orders going out. I think I've got a problem, but more about that later. Let's run through some orders. The weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, a fairly normal weekend orders wise, but a couple of interesting sales in amongst them, so take note. Anyway, first up we have, where has it gone? Ah, there it is, yes. Agatha Christie, Third Girl, one of the stack of new books that I picked up just before Christmas. £6.99, so they're selling really well at the moment. Then we have Lord of the Flies, William Golden, again, very good condition, and that went for £6.84, so the classics, they always sell. Next, we have 3 Caren Slaughter paperbacks, again, one that bundles up and sells regularly, and £9.69 for those 3. I'm going to rattle through a few of these just to show you the bundles that are going out so you know what to look for. Next we have 5 Dilly Quarts. So again, another author which I saw in the shops for ages, just ignored, but since I've been picking them up, they really do sell incredibly well. £13.74 for those 5 books there. Next, we've got a couple of individuals. So the first one is Tolkien, Fellowship of the Ring. People looking for particular editions, which was the case with this customer. They wanted to check the ISBN, so I checked it. It's the one they're looking for. £7.24. Quite a lot of Tolkien, and doesn't sell every day, but it sells. Next, Asimov. This one's in a bag. Prelude to Foundation, really good condition, so that's why it's been bagged up to keep it clean. It's been sitting for months. I've had it for ages, but I put it on at a fair price, a fairly good price. I knew that it would sell eventually, rather than just throwing it out fast. So £22.98 for that pretty little paperback. So that's a cracker. Sci-fi, fantasy, good condition. Pick them up, you never know what they might be worth. Then we've got another single book, which is Kaya Abdullah, Next of Kin. Now this one relates to part of my problem. I've got too many books for the space I've got available, and I can't see anything in the foreseeable future which is going to change the space issue, so I need to change the book issue. It took nearly 10 minutes to find that one book, and if I've got 20 odd orders and they were all to take 10 minutes, that ain't happening, you know what I'm saying? So I need to do something with the sheer volume that I've got and try and get things moving a bit quicker whilst still making enough money to turn a profit. That one went for £6.84. Another bundle of 3. Vince Flynn. So we've got Enemy of the State, Killshot, American Assassin, and the 3 of those went for £9.29. Another offer that sells occasionally, if not all the time. I've only got a couple left of his now. I do pick them up when I see them. You don't see them a huge amount, well I don't, but they do sell when you've got a few of them there. So that were another bundle. Another part of the problem is I haven't been out and done a pick up for nearly a couple of weeks, you know, over the festive period. So when I went into my place yesterday, they had thousands to go through. Took me, I ended up spending a good couple of hours just digging through everything they had, and came away with about 500 books, and I've got nowhere to put them. You'll have seen from the thumbnail the stack that I've got, and the stack that you can see in that picture are just, that's the majority of, not all, but the majority of authors and titles where I've already got book bundle listings going, and these would all need to be added to them. I've also got another couple of hundred still bagged up where it's just individual titles that will need listed on their own. And if I list all of these, I've got nowhere that I can store them where I can access them easily, other than just stacking stuff up. So if one book sells, guaranteed it's the one at the bottom of the back pile of books, which is going to take me an age to get to. So this is what I need to be thinking about and working out. And I've got an idea, but maybe talk about that, maybe talk about it another day. Anyway, we've got another good sale. The man who always does me well, Mr. Stephen King, an American edition of Hearts in Atlantis. Was it a first edition? I don't think it was. Hearts in Atlantis, no, it's not a first edition, but that sold for £13.99, so that was a nice wee sale. It's actually a nice book. I would have quite liked to keep that one, but I will start building my own collection again one of these days. Next, another bundle. 3 hardcovers. I said a few days ago I sold a couple of Bernard Cornwells and said, oh, I don't sell these very often, and I've got lots of them. But when they sell, they tend to go bang, 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 and that's, I think, 3rd day in a row that I've sold a stack of Bernard Cornwell. In this case, the hardcovers, £12.49 for Sharp's Escape, Sharp's Havoc, and Sharp's Assassin. So it's always good to see those going out. Hardcovers, so that's probably going to be over 2 kilos. Let's just check. I've got the scales here. Yeah, just over. Oh no, it's on mils. Yeah, 2001 grams. So once it's packaged up, it's good and over the 2 kilos. So that's a more expensive one to post, but at £12.49 for 3 books, that still works out quite nicely for me. Another stack. We have Katy Flynn. So again, like Dilly Quarts and some of the others that we'll be showing you, Katy Flynn, women's fiction, sells really well. Not for a huge amount of money, £9.29 for the 3 paperbacks. That's obviously including postage, but pick them up if you can get them cheap. You know, 3 for £1, 4 for £1, whatever it is, definitely worth picking up because you will make some money on them as they go. So 3 Katy Flynn books heading out the door. Some more women's fiction. Bit political. Nadine Dorries, so the MP, former MP, she started off as a nurse in Liverpool, and she writes books about it. So Snow Angels and Coming Home to the Four Streets, 2 paperbacks, £8.76. So surprisingly good value in these. Right, another lady. It's a Jane Austen treasury. So Octopus edition, Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion and Emma in a nice gilt-edged PVA bound volume, and that went for £13.99. So again, another not bad value sale. Another bundle. Stephanie Meyer. We've got Eclipse, New Moon and Twilight. Although looking at this, I've picked up, I think, the wrong edition of Eclipse, so I need to go and find a slightly larger paperback version so it matches the rest of the set. But the 3 of them went for £9.69. So again, keeping the sales at about £9. I did have a look to see what my average sale price has been over the last number of weeks, and it's sitting about £11 an order, so that's quite good. Nice to get it up, but you know, I'm quite happy with that. Another Stephen King, It, first edition, paperback in pretty good condition. You don't find them in that, well, I don't find them in that good condition very often, so that was a good one to pick up, and that sold for £18.99. So said it. Stephen King, first editions, paperbacks, hardcovers, whatever they are crackers. Don't know if you can see that particularly well, but that's what the inside page of the first edition should be looking like. So £18.99 for that little Stephen King book. Another good sale. Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. There's this, and there's another one, Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, perhaps it's called. I've had 3 or 4 copies across the 2 books, and they sell well. So £13.99 for that one there. And it's a reprint of an old book, but it's a fairly new edition, maybe 1997. So It's old by certain standards, but that feels new to me. So let's say £13.99. Another one to keep your eyes skinnied out for. Right. Bundle of Ian Rankin. Crime thrillers, crime stories. I was going to say Bosch. Of course it's not Bosch. It's Rebus. They're all Rebus ones. No, actually, Doors Open is not a Rebus book. That one there. Anyway, 5 of those. 5 Ian Rankin paperbacks. Again, they sell when they sell. £12.54 for those 5. And another bundle. But it's the lonely stack of DVDs going out today. So Disney's. We know what a Disney DVD is. These are Disney DVDs. So as they are. The 5 of those went for, I'm assuming, the usual price of £8.49. So I really don't make much money in the DVDs, but they're so easy that I sell them anyway. Right, another little book all on its own. This went for £7.24. No idea what it really is, but I've had it for, I don't know, weeks, months. I just like the look of it, so I picked it up. The Great Spring, Writing Zen, and This Zig Zag Life by Natalie Goldberg, author of Writing Down the Bones. So £7.24. Quite happy with that. And then we've got another micro bundle, shall we call it? Stewart M Bright, All That's Dead and The Missing and the Dead. So a couple of paperbacks, and that went for £9.39. Well, I actually changed a lot of my prices the other day. I just rounded them up, you know, to account for inflation, but just to see if it would still sell at the same rate and I get a few extra pence, and that was one of the ones that definitely did well. Next one is, I think, the final of the Warhammer lot that I picked up kind of late autumn last year. Got about 15 books and they've all sold really well, some for a good price, some of them for this price, £11.49. So that's the last one of those going out, and definitely keen to find more because they've been a nice wee ticky over effort. Next we have the Shirley Hughes collection. Now, I see a lot of Shirley Hughes books when I'm going through other kiddies books, and I don't usually pick them up, but I just saw the big one and thought, well, let's just take this and see what happens with it. So I've only had it a couple of weeks. I think I've got this in my last pickup before Christmas. The dust jacket's a wee bit worn, but otherwise it's in good nick, and it sold for £8.64. So if I see the big ones again, I may pick them up, but probably won't bother with all the wee single individual books that you see by her. Right, and now we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and that sold for £6.84. Again, it's one that's been on the shelf for, I don't know, weeks, months, I really don't know, but it's another one that was a nice cover. When I'm selling books, I judge them by the cover. I know you should never judge a book by its cover, but I do. Pick that up, and let's say £6.84 that has sold for. And we've got another wee bundle, a bundle of 4 for £12.04, and Danielle Steel. So like I say, women's fiction, it sells really well. You get not bad money for it if you're picking them up cheap enough, and you see a lot of them. So another author, I mean, I've got maybe 100 plus Danielle Steel books sitting there. I just keep adding to that pile, and they do sell. Although I'll maybe have to reconsider that because they're one of the bigger loads that I've got lying about. Alright, that was £12.04 for Danny Steele. Right, we're down to our last 2 orders, and before I show you them, I'll tell you what I'm thinking to clear down the volume that I've got. So about 450, 500 books I picked up yesterday. I picked out about a dozen that are worth very good money. You know, 2 books from the 1880s that as a set can sell for about £130 on their own. a big, what was it, a big Star Wars book that goes for anywhere between 50 and 80. A couple of graphic novels, a few other things that all sell for around about £20 mark. So I've taken them out, and that more than covers what I spent and trebles the money that I put out there. So the other 400 plus books that I've got, I know all of these will sell reasonably well. I mean, we've got Terry Pratchett, a stack of Terry Pratchett, we've got a big stack of Stephen King, Lee Child, Clive Cussler, Simon Scarrow, Kirsten Cast, Michael Connolly, Peter James, Suzanne Collins, Stephanie Meyer, Dorothy Coomson, Dilly Quarts. What else have we got here? Oh God, we've got loads. Kate Ellis, Val McDermott, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Linda LaPlante, Stewart McBride, Jill Mansell, Liz Pichon, Amanda Sue Heller, Marion Keyes. I mean, there's just, it's all the good stuff that I know does sell, but if I can't store it, I can't sell it, because it's just too much work trying to pick out individual books when they're buried behind 200 others. So what I think I'm going to do with this lot is put them up in just the bundles as I buy them. So for some of these that might mean there's duplicates. So for example, the Lee Child, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Lee Child paperbacks and a hardcover. There's the hardcover's past tense and one of the paperbacks is past tense, but I think I'm going to stick them up in a bundle and price them somewhere between 50p and £1 per book, you know, making up the bundle price, and then obviously there's postage on top of that, and just try and get all of these back out as quickly as possible, clear up the space. It keeps the cash flow going as well, so I'm not going to make any real profit off of these. You know, by the time eBay take their cut and everything else off of that, you know, if I 10 books, I can maybe make a couple of quid off of that. But it gets the cash back in, and I didn't even get through all of the books when I went yesterday because there was just too many. And to be honest, I've got an estate car and it was jammed. The suspension could not cope with any more books in it. So I can get an awful lot more books. That's only one place. I can get a lot more books, and I think I will start just getting them in, and I've talked about this a couple of times before, and just getting them listed up in these bundles and churned back out. Initially it would just be a case of like 50 books, 20 kilos worth of paperbacks for X amount, but people want to know what they're buying. You do, don't you? I do. I wouldn't just go and buy a random lot because you think, oh, I'll show you a picture of 2 good books and then the rest will just be absolute dross. So I'm going to get these bundled up differently. I'll put all the Lee Child together, all the Clive Cussler, all the David Walliams, all the James Patterson, the Terry Pratchetts, the Stephen Kings, and just get them sold for that pretty good price. So hopefully, postage costs are always an issue because you're talking £6-7 in postage once you get over that 2 kilo mark, and most of these will be over 2 kilos for that bundle. But hopefully if somebody picks up 2 or 3 bundles, the postage cost will be negligible, that there would still be enough meat in the bone for a lot of these books to go on and resell them yourselves. So if anybody's looking for particular authors, check out the listings over the next couple of days at Bundles of Books, and there might be something there that suits you and you can get something out of. Anyway, enough about that. Last 2 bundles. 3 L.J. Smith Vampire Diary books. So Nightfall, Shadow Souls, The Fury and The Reunion, and the 3 of them went for £7.97. Got a big stack of these, they just weren't moving, so I got them to £1.99, and they're beginning to move. So that was 3 of them out for £7.97. Not a great amount of money, but take it where you can. Oh, got a big stack of Julia Donaldson yesterday as well. And the last bundle of the day is more Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith, not L.J. Ross. Again, kind of the same lot as last time. Nightfall, Shadow Souls, Phantom, Midnight, The Fury and The Reunion, The Awakening and the Struggle. So the 3 went for £7.97 and 6 went for £11.95. So the more you buy, the better the price. And that's all to the good. So I'll put them over there. And that's all the orders that I have got to get packed up and out today. £301 total order value. So it's not big money. A third to eBay, third in postage, approximately. So about £100 profit, less the cost of goods, which is maybe, it's quite a few books, isn't it? Could be 20 quid cost of goods going out for that as well. So it's the usual. I expect the daily profit coming in off of this to be between £30 and £40 a day. It's not main income money by any stretch of the imagination, but I've got a good few books that are worth a few quid, and when they sell, that gives a wee extra bump on the day and kind of makes the rest of it worthwhile. But spent far too long picking that lot this morning because I've got too many books. It won't take me long to pack them, thankfully. That's not impacted by the number of books I've got, other than my table space is a bit limited. You know what I'm saying? It's just stacked. Yeah, and then I'll get them off to the post office, and then maybe go and do some real work, make some actual money. Anyway, that is all for today. I hope this has been helpful. Hit the 500 subscribers, so thank you all very, very much for subscribing, and I hope you keep enjoying these videos. If you enjoy them, or you just like to swear and shout at the screen, I don't know. Next goal is 1,000 subscribers, so that might take a little while, and 4,000 hours of watch time. 3,000 hours. People have watched these videos for 3,000 hours over the last few months, which is not a lot perhaps by YouTube standards, but I find that absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, it's at the moment at least 24 hours a day of watch time, which is incredible. Kind of means, you know, every minute of the day somebody is looking at this face and listening to this voice. Come on, peeps, you must have something better to do with your lives, eh? But aye, that aside, thank you very much for the support so far, and we shall see you soon. Love you. See ya. Bye.